Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ghost Scopes here, bringing you what kind of perks are going to be in Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, this is not 100% accurate, I will say, but these are just from reports that I've heard on the internet, so it should be fairly accurate. But anyways, let's get right into it. So here on the speed category, we have for 1 point Quick Draw, which is basically Quick Draw. You aim faster. When you aim on an enemy, it'll just be faster. Next here we have Sleight of Hand for 2 points, excuse me, that lets you reload faster. Next here we have Agility, which is move faster, basically lightweight from Black Ops 2, just reskinned a little bit. Next here we have Marathon, which increased sprint endurance. I don't think it's permanent, like you can sprint forever. I don't think they'll bring that back, but we'll see. Again, this isn't 100% accurate. Next here for 2 points, we have Stalker returning. This is one of my favorite perks of Modern Warfare 3. What it does is it basically, when you're aiming down sights, you can move faster. So, really good for assault rifles. I even liked it in Black Ops 2. But anyways, next here we have the handling section. And for 1 point here, starting off, we have Strong Arm, which basically means cook time, which means how fast that you can throw a grenade, how fast it takes to get ready to throw, and then it also lets you throw it farther. So that's a pretty good perk if you like throwing grenades and C4. Next here we have On the Go for 2 points, which lets you reload while sprinting. I love this perk. I think it's going to be one of the best in the game, if not, well, maybe not the best, but definitely for a game mode like Crank, this could be extremely useful. Let's see, what else do we have here? Next, we have Reflex, which lets you swap weapons faster, kind of like Sleight of Hand Pro from Modern Warfare 3. That's pretty useful if you enjoy using your secondary. Next here, we have Steady Aim, which for 2 points lets you increased hipfire accuracy, which means that it's basically like the laser sight attachment from Black Ops 2, where your hipfire spread is reduced and you can overall hit targets with hipfire better. Next here we have Dexterity. Bring your gun up faster. Okay, you know when you're sprinting, it's basically like Dexterity from Black Ops 2, just reskinned. When you're sprinting and you see an enemy, you have to bring your gun up to shoot them. You can't shoot while you're sprinting, if that makes any sense. And this makes it go faster. Alright. Anyways, here for the Stealth category, we have Takedown, which makes it so when you kill an enemy, a skull does not pop up above their head, alerting the other teammates where you just killed that enemy. So that's a pretty good perk, especially for game modes like Search and Destroy or Search and Rescue. It could be very useful. Blind Eye for 2 points, which means undetectable by enemy-controlled aircraft. I'm not sure if it's computer or enemy-controlled aircraft. We'll have to see. Next here is Off the Grid. This is probably going to be the perk that I always run. For 2 points, undetectable by SATCOMs. Oh my god. Why is this returning? I do not know. But I guess it could be a good perk to use, because there's probably going to be a lot of UAV spam in the beginning of the game. Honestly, I would rather have the Black Ops 2 equivalent of Ghost, which makes it so it's only when you're moving you're undetectable, because this is an extremely annoying perk, especially when you're playing something like Search and Destroy and you have UAV and it's useless. Next here we have Dead Silence for 2 points, which makes it enemies cannot hear you as well. I'm not sure if it completely eliminates your footstep noise, but it makes it so that it's very hard to hear. Next we have Cold Blooded. Let me see. What does this perk do? This perk makes it so that when an enemy is looking at you, a red name does not appear over your head. Again, this is probably going to be a good choice for something like Search and Destroy, or maybe a good choice for when you're sniping. So enemies can't see you quite as well. They might say, oh, it's just part of the map. I just never noticed it. But I guess as the game goes on and it gets older, this isn't going to be quite as useful. But anyways, next here we have the Resistance category. For 1 point, we have Recon, which makes it so when you throw an explosive or when you shoot an enemy, they're painted on the minimap. This was a great perk for Modern Warfare 3. I liked using it a lot. But not as much as Sitrep, which is coming up here later in the awareness category. Next here we have Scavenger, which makes it so you can resupply your ammo from the dead. I love this perk as well from Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. If you're using an SMG or a shotgun or something that runs out of ammo fairly quickly, this could be an extremely good perk for you. Or if you're going for those high kill streaks and you don't want to have to switch guns halfway through, this is going to be a very good perk. I'm not sure if it will resupply your lethals or tacticals like it did in Black Ops 2, but we'll see. Again, this isn't 100% accurate. Next here we have Sitrep, like I said before, which makes it so you can see enemy explosives on the map. So basically, you can't hear enemies louder like you could in Modern Warfare 3 with Sitrep, but that's coming up next. So this is a pretty good perk as well. Next here we actually have Eavesdrop, which makes it so you can hear the enemy footsteps louder. Now I'm not exactly sure how this is going to counteract dead silence. If it's just going to be if somebody has dead silence and you have Eavesdrop, it's just going to be normal, or I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. And next here we have, what is this? Wiretap. Wiretap it is. This makes it so that if you have a SATCOM and the enemy team has SATCOMs, you steal their SATCOMs and use them for your team. The enemy team doesn't. They still have their SATCOMs, but basically you get to have their SATCOMs too. So if the enemy team has 2 SATCOMs and you have 1 SATCOM and you have the Wiretap perk, you automatically have 3 SATCOMs. So that's probably, I don't know who thought of this perk, but that's probably going to be a little bit overpowered. We're probably going to see this nerfed a little bit to see maybe a 3 or 4 point perk later on. But for now, it's a 2-point perk, so whoa, watch out for that in the beginning of the game with all that UAV spam. Next here is the resistance category, and for 1 point starting off, we have lightweight, which is basically take no fall damage. Next here we have painkiller for 2 points, which is your health regenerates faster. I don't agree with this being a 2-point perk. I honestly think it should be a 1. It's not the most useful of perks. I mean, maybe if you're a sniper and you like to camp a lot. Not saying that all snipers camp, but some of them do. But this could be a good perk for you. Other than that, I couldn't see a lot of people using it. Next here is the Black Ops 2 equivalent of Toughness, which is, let's see here, Stopper, and it basically makes it so you do not flinch when you get shot. This and Off the Grid are probably going to be 2 of my most used perks in this game, for sure. I hate it when an enemy is shooting me and I have to flinch. It's just so annoying. I'm definitely going to be using this a lot more. Next here we have Tac Resist for 2 points, which makes it so that enemy tactical equipment does not affect you as much. And basically the last perk here, for resistance category, 2 points, and it's basically the Black Ops Duel equivalent of Flak Jacket, and it's Blast Shield. So Blast Shield's coming back from Modern Warfare 3. Take less explosive damage. Next here, what is this? The Ela equipment category. Extra tactical for 1 point, take an extra tactical. For 2 points, take an extra lethal. And 3 points, it start off with more ammunition. I do not know what the name of this perk is. I couldn't find it. I don't know. But anyways, you have to unlock this perk with squad points. Apparently, it's take an extra attachment for your primary weapon. So that was kind of like Black Ops 2, where if you took away a perk or a lethal, you could have an extra point in extra attachment rather in your primary weapon or secondary weapon. But in Black Ops 2, you couldn't have a perk that did that. Now in Ghost 2, you have a perk that can do that. Next here we have Danger Close. Yes, folks, Danger Close is returning. However, it is a 3-point, so I guess it could be a little bit more balanced here. But basically, you give off more explosive damage. So if you have a noob tube, if you have a C4, then you're gonna do more damage with those than without danger close. Next here we have the elite category, and this first perk nobody really knows what it does. What I've heard is it's double down. It doubles down on a perk, any random perk. This is the first thing. I'll tell you the second thing that it could be in a few moments, but it's basically going to double the effects of any perk that you choose. So if you have this perk equipped with Scavenger, maybe you'll be able to resupply equipment instead of just ammo, or if you have this perk with the off the grid perk, then maybe you'll be invisible to the 4-point SATCOM streak, which is basically like a VSAT, and nobody knows yet. But that's probably going to be a little bit overpowered if it's 1 point. Now the second thing that I found is that it could be just gamble a random perk, so when you start off you get a random perk, so it could be a really crappy perk like maybe lightweight, or it could be a really good perk like dexterity, who knows. But anyways, next is hardline returning for 2 points. Score streaks require 1 less kill or point, or I don't know how it's going to work exactly. Next here we have, what is this? Ping. Okay. My top 3 perks in Call of Duty Ghosts so far: Ping, off the grid, and Stopper. Those 3 perks are going to be my go-to perks, because Ping makes it so that when you kill an enemy, on the minimap, other enemies nearby are going to show up. Every time I'm playing Search and Destroy, this is the perk that I'm going to go to, no matter what. I'm always going to have this perk because it's so overpowered. If you think about it, you kill an enemy and you're reloading, you can just go hide, or you can go take out your secondary, just because you can see where the other enemies are around them. So that's going to be an extremely overpowered perk in my opinion, but we'll see. Maybe the range is like so minimal it's not even going to be effective, but we'll see. Next here is Overkill, which is squad points again. It's basically take 2 primaries, so you don't have to have a secondary. You can have a sniper and a shotgun, an assault rifle and SMG. So that's it's a pretty cool perk. I'll try that out soon, I'm sure. And then finally, Deadeye for 5 points. Okay, the description of this perk is kind of off. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, but basically, the chance to do more damage increases as your kill streak increases. So basically, if you're playing Cranked and you're on a 5 kill streak, the chances of you doing more damage with your gun are greater than if you only had a 1 kill streak. So if you're on a 1 kill streak and you're just doing regular damage, you're on a 5 kill streak, there's a chance that you could do more damage, and that's worth 5 points. Deadeye. Not sure how many people are going to try this out, but we'll see. But anyways, guys, that's it for the perks in Call of Duty Ghosts. Wow, lots of perks, lots of options. Holy cow, I can't wait to try these out. But anyways, guys, I hope you can take the time to hit that like button. Help me grow my channel. Subscribe if you really want to see more. But anyways, guys, I'm out. Until next time, I'm Ghost Scopes, signing off. Peace.